Welcome to Mystic Mindscape True Crime Stories, your guide through the unknown, the eerie, and the unsolved. Today's story, we dive into a chilling story that has left many shocked. A crime so tragic, so dark, that it's hard to comprehend the truth behind it. But remember, nothing is ever as it seems. And today you'll hear the story of a crime that will make you question everything. In a quiet town in Texas, Sheriff Carla had always been the image of strength, balancing her career and family. But no one knew the storm that was brewing inside her home. Her family was perfect, or so it seemed. A loving husband, a beautiful daughter, and a house filled with laughter. But sometimes, the most perfect exteriors hide the darkest secrets. For weeks, Carla had felt uneasy. Something wasn't right, a gut feeling she couldn't shake off. But she pushed it aside. She had to keep everything together. Then, one evening, her worst fear came true. Carla came home early, expecting to surprise her family. What she found instead would shatter her life forever. As she walked into the living room, her heart stopped. There, in front of her, was her husband in a position that no father should ever be in. The truth hit her like a ton of bricks. Her mind raced. How could this be happening? How could the man she loved and trusted do this? The betrayal felt worse than any enemy she had faced in her career. Carla demanded an explanation, but her husband's cold and emotionless response only made the situation worse. There were no words that could undo what had been done. Carla's heart pounded, the rage consuming her. The man she had married, the father of her child, had betrayed everything they stood for. And in that moment, everything else faded away. Her emotions surged in gear: pain, guilt, confusion. And before she could stop herself, she rushed to the drawer where she kept her service weapon. It was like an out-of-body experience. In a split second, Carla fired. The loud crack of the weapon echoed through the house. Her husband's body collapsed to the floor, his life extinguished in an instant. The house was eerily silent. The only sound was Carla's heavy breathing. The reality of what she had just done began to sink in, but there was no going back. She had never imagined herself in this position. The anger that led her to pull the trigger now gave way to an overwhelming guilt. What had she just thrown away? And then, in the silence, Carla heard something that made her heart break even more. Her daughter's cry, small and terrified, echoed from the other room. By the time the police arrived, it was too late. Carla was arrested, her world crumbled. But in her heart, she knew she couldn't have stopped herself. She had protected her daughter at all costs. Carla's life would never be the same again. A mother, a sheriff, and a woman lost in the wake of her own actions. The trial would be long, but one thing was clear. She had taken justice into her own hands.